Good morning and welcome to Operation Side Hustle with Piers. My name's Piers and the goal of this channel is to turn £25 into £25,000. It's bank holiday Monday, it's Monday morning, it's very early and I'm kicking this morning off really busy. I'm picking up 2 mobility scooters and I'm picking up a sofa later this morning. Goal being that we're going to get those listed and resold. We're going to make some really good profit this week. I've got some cold hard cash. I've just picked up the tripod, so I'm going to bring you guys along with me. Let's go and get these mobility scooters and kick this week off. See you in a bit. Right, just arrived at a very nice leafy little town. Gone through a place called Ashbourne and now in somewhere called Leek. It's a very nice little village. Going to pick up the first scooter. Just realised though that I've got all my cricket kits still in the back, so going to have to get that sorted first. Right, that's the go-go scooter picked up. Had to move some bits around, but first one collected, off to go and collect the second one now. It's about a 25-minute drive. Let's get to it. I've had to stop and pull over because I don't talk much about myself, but every part of me wants to own land and live in the countryside. No part of me ever wants to be in a city or anything but out in the countryside. And I'm currently driving through, I think probably somewhere like Staffordshire. And you should see the surroundings, these local villages, the places where people live out in the country. They live in the most beautiful part of the world. If you guys don't, get out, go and experience the countryside. It is a phenomenal space. I cannot recommend it enough. I tell you this, one day I will own some land and I will live out in the proper countryside. I live pretty rural at the moment, but nowhere near as rural as I would like it to be. If you guys get the opportunity, even just to come for a day, I highly recommend it. There's nothing better. And it is a cold and wet Monday morning. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. This place is unreal. I have absolutely no idea where I am, but I'm telling you, get out to the countryside, wherever it is in the world, wherever it is in your part of the world, there will be somewhere that you can go visit. Highly recommend it. Right, just picked up the second scooter. I don't know if I'll include the previous clip, but it's a go-go scooter. What is nice actually is the lady's also given me the extra kind of panels. So I tend to have a bit of a stock of those go-go panels, but I was running pretty short. So got the red panels on the scooter and then there's some extra blue ones and an extra silver one as well. So it's always handy if you ever get like a dinged up scooter, you can just replace the panels in and out. So yeah, time to shoot home now. Got a sofa to pick up at 11:30. Let's get to it. Right, got both of those scooters unloaded. So picked up the go-go, and that's the one that came with the spare like panels, so that's handy. And then I've got this one here, which is another go-go scooter, slightly older model, the Ultra model compared to the Elite. That one doesn't have any batteries. So what I'm probably gonna do is gonna stick these batteries into the battery pack to make sure that it works, and then I'll order some spares. If it doesn't work, I'll pass it on to my contact, but I'm pretty confident that it will. And then I just need to buy some batteries. So I'll do that testing later. I need to now get the trailer all hooked up. I'm gonna go and pick up a sofa, and then I need to get this stuff moved down there. So I might do that once I get back. I can't be bothered to do that now, but yeah, busy morning. Let's get to it. Right, I'm checking in and it's bad news, everyone. I've tried to load the sofa into my trailer and in my car, and it will not fit. I cannot get all 3 sections in. There's kind of like the 2 long pieces, and then there's like almost like the corner piece that's really quite small, but for whatever reason, I just cannot get it into my trailer. It's just a fraction too big. I think probably if I had no tarp on, I could probably get it in, but it's currently absolutely pouring it down, so that's no good. So I've had to make the decision. I'm taking the first bits back, and then I'm going to head back and go and pick up the corner section in about half an hour's time. It's only about 15 minutes away from me. The issue is though that the lady needs to go out, so yeah, not the best news, but we'll make it work. And then I'll have to come up with a plan on how I'm going to deliver the sofa, because I'm going to have to do 2 trips when I come to deliver, so I might have to rent a van. But yeah, trailer anxiety has finally happened, but there we go. Wowzers, that is an end to a very busy Monday, or at least it's the end of collections. So I've picked up the 2 mobility scooters, and then I picked up this kind of velvety sofa. You can just see by the number of cushions, it's a lot bigger than the others that I've picked up. I've also got like a corner section that I'm going to just keep in the trailer for the time being, but the cushions alone as well, they're like thick and good quality, so I think I've got myself a pretty good sofa here. The only potential issue is you can see there's a little bit of a rip on the underside, so I might have to do a little bit of research and just find out if that can be patched. I'm pretty sure you could probably staple it, but I might have to get like a little bit of membrane. I'm very wet. Everything's worse when it's raining, but glad that I got that in. I'm gonna have to obviously get that kind of cleaned and photographed in the next couple of days. I have to do it once it dries up, so hopefully in the next day try and get some photographs of this one. But yeah, I need to come up with a plan about how I'm going to ultimately deliver it, because as I said, I had to do 2 trips to pick it up. So I got the 2 kind of L's that you can see here, so I got this and this in, and then all the pillows, but I couldn't get the footstool in, and I couldn't get the corner section. I couldn't get the corner section into my car either. It might be that I can maybe take the legs off and that might make it work, but I'll try and do that when it's a bit drier and I've not got as much pressure to kind of get it loaded. But yeah, that was a really good start to the morning. Picked up some good stock. Potentially going to try and pick up another scooter tomorrow, and then hopefully we can start making some sales. I'm going to photograph both scooters now and get those listed up, and then I'll do the sofa the next day. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning and I had a very busy day yesterday. I was working in London super late, but I also didn't film and show you what I did yesterday. So yesterday I picked up this red scooter and this red scooter, both of them Go-Go's. And then I actually had a man come and look at this red scooter yesterday, and he's picking it up this morning. And then I've also got a drop off this morning for this red Go-Go. I've also got a silver one behind me. So I need to get both of those scooters unloaded or kind of moved around so I can get them loaded up, so I can get them dropped off this morning and then head to work. I've also got something else in my car that I picked up super late last night that I haven't yet got out. And I got a folding mobility scooter, so I'm going to get that unloaded and I'll show you what that looks like. I picked that up for $150. In my experience, they sell for anything around about £400, £500, £600, depending on the time of year. So I'm going to get that one listed at 600 and then see how we go. If I end up taking slightly less, that's no problem. But if I can sell it for 400, that's an absolute result. So got to do a little bit of moving around because there's scooters absolutely dotted around everywhere. I was running around like a madman yesterday. But yeah, a very good start to my Wednesday morning. Good evening. Right, bit of an update for you. I mentioned at the start of earlier today, I mentioned that I was selling 2 scooters. So I sold one absolutely fine, no problem. I was then going to sell this Go-Go, which is the slightly older model. I got to the lady's house and she was living in absolute squalor. She decided that she didn't want the scooter. I have reached out to adult services and I've got her some help because she was really struggling. So I'm pleased to say that we managed to do something good today. Sorted her out with some food and bits and bobs as well, but didn't want to sell her that. Wasn't the right thing for her, so I didn't let her buy it. But I have actually sold the silver Go-Go that I had as well. So I sold that to someone completely different, just off the blue, out of nowhere. They popped up and wanted to buy it, so that's really good news. And then I mentioned it earlier, but look, I picked up this folding scooter. So they break down into like this kind of folding look and feel. They are not light though. Like if someone wants this, because it's a folding scooter, everything is in one. It doesn't break down at all. So I would say that is about 30-40 kilos maybe, give or take. So it's not particularly easy. Like I kind of feel like it's a bit of a false marketing because it's meant to be like super easy to move, super easy to store, but yeah, not particularly easy. It is kind of on like these kind of like jockey wheels, so you can kind of wheel it about in this mode, which I guess is easy enough. But if you want to lift that, you've got to, you know, you need not a huge amount of strength, but if you're like maybe an older person, that might not be so easy, but I guess it is easy enough to store, and it kind of is nice and compact. But yeah, I need to do a couple of things. I still need to get this sofa photographed and listed. I've had absolutely no luck still with this sofa. Yeah, and so 2 sales so far this week. It's Wednesday. I'm away all day tomorrow, so there's going to be no sales tomorrow. Hopefully you can pick up a sale from kind of one of these 3 in the next couple of days. I'd ideally like to sell 2 of these this week, and then we've got the folding one there that I've got on for 600, so that'd be a really good sale. Even if I take like 400, I'd be very pleased with that. I only paid 150, but yeah, time to get back to it. It's probably just gone 6 o'clock, so it's still nice and light, but got a shed load of work to do, so I need to get back into the office and actually get in front of my computer. Let's get to it. Good morning. I am just sat in the train station getting ready to head into London with work. But I'm gonna just give you guys a little bit of an update. I believe, or I hope, I've sold the folding mobility scooter. So I paid $150 for that. And I'm gonna be dropping it off tonight once I get back. So I've got it loaded in the boot. I'm gonna head off to the train station. And then when we get home tonight, probably around about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I'm gonna head off and deliver that for £600 plus delivery. So yeah, a very nice flip if that turns out to be the case. There are a couple of things that I'm sure I'm going to have to overcome when I get there. The weight of it is going to be a big issue, I would think, but it's certainly a good start to the day. Right, bit of a transition. It's now the end of the day. I've just got back from London and I'm in the car on the way to drop off this folding scooter. Potentially taking home £640, which will be a massive, massive win. I'm a little bit nervous. We'll see how we go. I'll give you an update once I'm there, and hopefully I've got the money and I'm walking away. If you've ever let yourself down, I have just let myself down so unbelievably badly. So I'm dropping off that scooter. I've just driven 30 minutes. It's coming on to like almost 8 o'clock now. I got home like back to the train station at like 7 o'clock. So I've had a long day. I've been up since about 5:30. Gone to deliver that bloody scooter and I've forgotten the bleeding charger. I've left the charger at home. Oh my god. So the man does not want the scooter without the charger, which is fair play, because why would you want a scooter if you can't charge it? And you know, I might never turn up again. So, you know, Muggins is driving home now to go pick up the charger, and then I'm gonna go drop it off again. It's worth it though. The man's paying me £650 for a scooter that I paid $150 for. So even if I double my petrol costs, I'm still quids in. Yes! £640 delivered. Oh my god, what a flip. That is some big profit. I paid $150, so if my maths is good, what's that like? £490 profit. Oh my god, what a flip. And you'll never believe it, I found another folding scooter tomorrow that I'm gonna pick up for £200, so slightly more expensive, but if I can sell that for about 600, I might have just discovered the new best way to sell these mobility scooters. I've also got a drop-off tomorrow actually as well, so I've got another drop-off, so it's turning into a phenomenal week. Even on that sale alone, I've already sold 2 scooters, got 1 more being sold tomorrow. So that'll be about 300 quid plus the 490. Oh my god, we're having a week. Right guys, I'm checking in. I'm not normally one to flash some cash, but this is a big envelope worth of cash. That is £640. Oh my god. I feel like I've uncovered an absolute jackpot. Those like folding mobility scooters, I've never dealt with them before. I've always like stayed away from them. I've never really known like their value, but kind of been doing a bit of research over the last couple of days, and they tend to be going like £600 is like basically the minimum price. You know, I've just sold that scooter for $640. I think probably it sold so quickly because I've undervalued it. is the honest truth. Obviously I only paid 150 for it, so I'm still very happy, don't get me wrong, but I think looking at the market, they're going from anywhere from sort of like 800 and above for some of like the auto fold scooters. So I'm going to double down on the folding scooters is the honest truth. And I'm going to be picking up one tomorrow. I'm going to be paying £200, which for me is a shed load of money. I only ever spend 150, but if I can sell it for 600, if I can sell it for 700, if I can sell it for 800, I'm making a massive win there. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably stagger my pricing. I'll pick it up for 2, I'll list it for 8, see how I go, give it 48 hours, drop it down to 7, and then worst case, drop it down to 6. Even if I sell it for 5, I'm still over the moon. So I'm going to see how I go with that one tomorrow. I'm also going to give you just a quick kind of update. I've been using an app called Flipify. It is a paid for app. I think I'm paying $6.99 a month at the moment. I'm on maybe like the trial. I think it goes up to $8.99. But basically you can set it up so that you have like Facebook searches, and every time a listing goes live, it sends you a notification. So you can get different subscriptions. There's one that runs every 2 minutes. There's one that runs every 10 minutes. I think if you're buying something that's like a super fast moving product, like an iPhone, you probably want the 2-minute version. But for mobility scooters, I've gone with the 10-minute kind of version. I've also got it on 10 minutes for sofas. So I've got sofas and mobility scooters. And quite frankly, in this last week, I've been able to source some really, really good items. Like you've seen in this video, I've sold 2 scooters already. I'm selling this red scooter tomorrow. I've got a buyer for that one. And I've basically been paying I've been getting really good quality stock for £150, and I've been finding them really easily. And I've actually been finding loads and loads and loads to the point where I've actually had to almost not be buying some stock. So yeah, if you guys are interested, maybe give that Flipify app a go. Right guys, checking in. It's now Friday evening and it's just coming up to 7 o'clock. And I'm on my way out to go and pick up some scooters. Made a couple of sales this week. I actually made a sale this morning. I dropped off the red Go-Go scooter, paid 150 for it, and I sold it for 250. So I think that's 3, maybe 4 sales in total for the week, plus the folding scooter. So yeah, I think we're probably up to about sort of just shy of £900 worth of profit this month. Sorry, not this month. This week, sorry. I will double check that. It could have been 3 sales. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4, but plus the folding one. But I'm off to pick up 2 mobility scooters, and I'll touch base with you later this evening once I get home. One of them that I'm picking up, I'm super excited about. It's an auto folding one. I'm looking forward to showing you guys it. So yeah, I'll touch base with you this evening once I'm home. Right, I'm back. I've got the 2 scooters unloaded. So I've got a Drive Scout mobility scooter, which, honestly speaking, I really like these. They're like quite a cool sporty model. They come in kind of blue or red. The only issue with them is they have a really bad tiller. See how it's got like all this play in it? And the connection always fails. And then so here, I actually don't really know what brand it is, but it's completely auto folding scooter. So after the success of the folding scooter that I had yesterday, that I sold for $640 and paid $150 for, I've paid $200 for this one, which is £50 more than I ever pay. But you get this little kind of key fob with it, and I can't remember which button you press, but it automatically folds. So I've had a look online, and these sell anywhere from about £800 to £1,000. So I'm probably going to list it at about 800 and kind of just see how I get on with it. Being that because it's a higher price point, it's probably going to take slightly longer to sell, but that doesn't matter. If I can sell, one of these a month, 2 a month, something like that, that's going to be some real bonus profit. So yeah, really excited about these 2 products. Picking up another scooter in the morning, and I'm also picking up a rug. I'm having absolutely no luck whatsoever with this sofa. I'm considering boosting my post on Facebook. So essentially you can pay a small fee to have your listing boosted. I'm seeing so many bot posts, but I'm really struggling. I don't know if it is my photos. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to go third time lucky, and I still need to get the photos taken for this kind of velvet sofa. But I've purchased the rug for £10. I'm going to get a coffee table out, and I'm going to try and stage it a little bit nicer tomorrow, see if I can get some really, really good quality photos. And I've decided as well, I had the sofa listed at 200. I was like, right, I'm going to try and get it sold cheap. But I'm wondering actually if it's a mindset shift and I need to go more expensive. It's like people see it, they see it at 200, they're like, oh, that's a poor quality. So I've gone a little bit higher, I've gone up to 320, and I'm just going to try a few different things because at the moment I'm having zero luck. I could really do with some tips. So if you guys are selling sofas, if you're flipping sofas, please in the comments feel free to give me some tips down below. I'd be really, really appreciative. Right, wow, so that's a long clip. So, I've had a busy morning. I've sold the old school red Go-Go, so I sold that for £200. I was about £80 all in on that, so I paid £50 for the actual scooter, and then ended up paying about £27 for the battery, so I just round it up to 30. Sold that for 200, so that's £120 worth of profit. And then I've picked up the rug that you've just seen me hoovering. I wasn't really that fussed about what rug I got, but essentially I was after something to use to stage the sofa. So I'm going to try and take some better photos, put like a little coffee table, and just see if that has any impact. I paid £10 for that rug, and it was from a really, really nice house. Like I was really like, oh, I was like, okay, this is a nice house. It's going to be a nice rug. Looked at it, great. Lady helped me get it in the car. I got it in the car. Oh my God. The smell of like dog urine was unbelievable. So I've just hit it with the spot washer, although the spot washer wasn't working very well. I'm now going to hit it with some bicarb of soda. And then this afternoon, I've got a pretty busy afternoon. I've got someone coming to look at this red drive scooter and someone coming to look at this kind of lightweight ST1 scooter. I think so far I've made 4 standard scooter sales, 1 folding, with the potential to add 2 more on, which would be about another £200 worth of profit. So I think in theory that takes us to about 600 of standard scooters plus 490 of the folding one. That'll take us over £1,000 for the week, which would be incredible. Right, that is 1 sale down. I've got another one coming in about 30 minutes, and then I think that'll probably be it for the week. But if I can make this sale of the Drive Scout scooter, I think I'll only have 2 pieces of stock in, because they were my stock for next week. So it's a phenomenal week so far. I think just quickly off the top of my head, we're at about £1,000 worth of profit. If we can make this next sale, we'll be somewhere in the region of 1.1, 1.5, something like that. So yeah, a phenomenal week. Well, that rounds off a very successful Sunday. So I think I last touched base as I was cleaning that kind of rug that I picked up for a tenner. Probably the worst £10 I've ever spent. I've never seen so much dog urine on one piece of cloth or material in my life. I've now spot washed it twice. I've even power washed it, and I've put baking or bicarb of soda on it, and it still absolutely stinks. So I'm gonna let it dry, and then if it still stinks, I'm gonna have to sling it and take it down the tip. But today now I've ended up with, God, what have I had? I've had 3 sales today. So I've sold the old school Go-Go, the lightweight ST, and then I've just sold that Drive Scout scooter, which I think takes us to a total of £1,140 for the week of profit, which obviously is in large part driven by the £490 that I got from the folding scooter. But an absolutely incredible week for me. Like, that is almost life-changing type money to be able to make that in a week. You know, every part of me now is looking at how I can scale this, you know. all of a sudden it goes from being sort of like a 1,500, 2 grand business a month to, if I can get it to £5,000-6,000 profit, it starts to become fairly possible. You know, can I do it full time? Like, maybe it wouldn't be quite as much as my salary, but you know, we're getting in those regions for sure. So yeah, super pumped about this week. Absolutely incredible week. This is by no means the reality. This is a very rare occasion. I think, you know, you would have seen 3 weeks ago I did £290 in a week. You know, I had 2 really slow weeks, and then I've just had an amazing week this week. So yeah, super proud of what I've done this week. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun for me. I certainly love making sales. Please hit that subscribe button. We're getting really close to 600 subscribers, so I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you again next week on Monday at 7 o'clock. Bye bye.